Hey guys, Cartoon Retro Boy here, and I'm here to review the SpongeBob video game, SpongeBob SquarePants, the Legend of the Last Spatula. What's the basic plot of this game? Let me start. The plot is that SpongeBob finds this cool statue and basically has to find all the Dutchman's treasures to get the golden spatula and become the world's biggest fry cook. So, let me explain what the gameplay is so the gameplay is basically it's kind of a side-scrolling, it's an open world side-scrolling platformer. Basically, it's more open than the Mario Bros. So, it has this is the format that also will be reused in the SpongeBob game, Yellow Adventure, but we will not talk about that game until I review it. So, what's the levels? Well, there's not really too many to talk about. So, we have Bikini Bottom, Fishhooks Park, Goo Lagoon, Sandy's Park, Jellyfish Fields, Kelp Forest, the desert, and the Dutchman's thing. What about the bosses? Are the bosses good? What about the bosses are kind of easy. They're too easy personally. The first boss was honestly pretty lame, personally, from my understanding. I think that's why I don't really like the bosses too much, because there's really nothing to say about them. Well, the second boss is probably the most this one is probably the second best, because, well, there's probably second worst, but definitely a good boss in Kelp Forest. Although I don't like Kelp Forest in this game. I'm pretty sure this level was pretty bad for me. Well, no, actually, this level is way better than how Kelp Forest was in Battle for Bikini Bottom. Personally, it's actually kind of fun to control. This boss is probably the second best out of the whole game. This boss has a lot of good in it, and it definitely is fun. It's pretty fun to control, honestly. It's a pretty good boss, and honestly, not too bad of a boss for me. It has some good moments, and overall, not a bad boss. Yeah, not a bad boss. It has a lot of good potential, and the dancing is probably the only thing I don't like about these bosses. But, okay, what about this boss? The Flying Dutchman's boss is probably my favorite out of all of them. It's actually pretty easy. It's pretty good. It actually has some challenge, and the music boss kind of reminds me of Battle, but sure, short, but it's pretty fun. Sure, the boss has some issues, but nah, it's not too bad of a boss. It has good moments, and that's really it, for me. It's not a bad boss, and it has a lot of good potential, so, yeah. I understand this game. Now, my most reviewed game, okay, what about the controls of this game? Okay, the controls of this one are not bad. I just kind of think they're kind of clunky, but they're not too bad. The models in this game are pretty charming, honestly. The references are pretty fun, and I know a lot of people hate this game, so let me explain the controls are... I can understand the controls are bad, and it's pretty hard, but it's not that bad. It just has a lot of forgettable moments, and meh, it's not a bad game. I do like this one, and my personal flaws with this one is that I feel like some of the first boss was kind of bad. I think Goo Lagoon stage was difficult, but overall it's not too bad of a game. I know it's not a favorite of people, and I understand that. And also another flaw I can say about this one is that I feel like there's some glitches in this one, but overall, not a bad game. You could do much better with this. You could do much better.